Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in, and we just received some breaking news in the NFL. Is that the Houston Texans have fired head coach and general manager Bill O'Brien. Throughout this video, I will explain what that means going forward for the Texans franchise, what happened that led to Bill O'Brien's firing. But before I dive into this video, I just want to make sure that you guys are staying absolutely safe. I know it's still a lot going on out here, and I just want to make sure that you guys are staying safe. And also, about 60 to 70% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. So if you fit into that category, go ahead right now and click that subscribe button. And also click the notification bell so you will not miss a single video. But y'all know what time it is. Without further ado, let's dive into it.
I'm striving to get rich. That's why I almost went 2 years without buying shoes and fits. Things change now. My mom hearing me with my music and she look a little.
Bill O'Brien has officially been fired as Texans coach after the Texans have started 0-4. The 0-4 start, to me, is definitely not the entire reason why he was fired. I think more of the reason that led to him being fired, number one, the organization naming him the GM, which I think was a huge mistake. And then on top of that mistake, the organization turns around and lets him trade one of the best receivers in the NFL in DeAndre Hopkins to get David Johnson, a running back who has, number one, been riddled with injuries throughout the course of his career. And number two, he hasn't really been elite since the 2017 season. And you put a lot of the offense on the shoulders of Deshaun Watson. And any quarterback is going to need weapons around him. Will Fuller is an okay weapon, but he's not a number one receiver. Brandon Cooks has been bounced around from team to team throughout the course of his career. So he's never really been established as a number one receiver. The Texans don't really have a number one receiver in a running game that's not necessarily great, and also an offensive line that's hampered by injuries. The Texans made a bad mistake on trying to throw so much of the offense on the shoulders of Deshaun Watson. And to me, I think this firing is the best thing that can happen for Deshaun Watson. Because the longer Bill O'Brien was going to stay there, the more he was going to put on the shoulders of Deshaun Watson to just carry this offense with not much around him. As we see with a lot of the potent offenses in the league, you have to have weapons around the quarterback. Especially a quarterback that just got paid 4 years, $160 million in an extension. You have to place proper pieces around him. And watching the Texans these first 4 weeks, you can honestly see that DeAndre Hopkins is absolutely missed because that was the go-to wide receiver. He was the wide receiver that constantly got open. He was the wide receiver that has been Deshaun Watson's security blanket throughout the course of his career. So when you don't have that in your offense, and then on top of that, you don't really get too many weapons to compensate that. Randall Cobb is a nice piece, but he's also not a number one wide receiver. And when you don't put the exact proper pieces around a guy like Deshaun Watson, you're going to struggle. This Texans defense has been okay at best the last couple of years. Some of that is health. Well, I think most of that is health with J.J. Watt's health. Whitney Merciless hasn't been really healthy. They did let go of Tyrann Mathieu, which I think was a mistake. So I think a lot of that has to do with not just his head coaching, but also him being a general manager and making a lot of roster mistakes that has really cost this Texans team early in this season. They go from a team last season that won a division to now a team that starts 0-4. And a lot of that has to deal with the roster moves and not putting the proper pieces and keeping the proper pieces around a guy like Deshaun Watson and J.J. Watt, two cornerstones of your franchise. So when it all goes down to it, it was just writing on the wall for Bill O'Brien's exit as the Texans head coach. Now, where they going forward, I still think they have to get a type of offensive coach and a type of GM that is good at building teams, because this Texans team is not as bad as their record says. I think a lot of that was the coaching and the GM mistakes of Bill O'Brien. Now that he's out the door, yeah, you're not really going to go anywhere this year, but you still have some of the pieces in place to really have a good team going forward. And I think all you need to do is really get a head coach that can create a good offense around Deshaun Watson. And also, I think you need to get a GM that has experience of building quality football teams. This Texans team is just not as bad as 0-4. They've made so many mistakes. They've made plays. I just feel the losses of DeAndre Hopkins on offense and the losses of Tyrann Mathieu and others on defense has this Texans team not looking up to expectations coming into this season. Now, me personally, I really didn't have this Texans team really winning the division or things like that. I thought the Colts and the Titans will have the cream of the crop of this division. But at the same time, I expected this Texans team to really compete for a playoff spot this season. And with Bill O'Brien at the helm and the mistakes that he made as general manager, it's just not really going to happen. And it shows right now, because the running game is not really up to expectations. The passing game is too much on Deshaun Watson, and you don't really have a consistent number one receiver. The defense is okay at best, but it's been riddled through injuries these last couple of seasons. Still been a playoff contending team, but I just think the deficiencies of the offense causes this defense to not necessarily look great, because the offense isn't putting points on the board because they don't have a true number one receiver that can constantly get open. So at the end of the day, it was writing on the wall for Bill O'Brien to be fired as Texans coach and general manager. And it's just sad that you have to watch your organization go down in order for them to get back up, because at the end of the day, the next general manager and head coach has to clean up a lot of the messes that Bill O'Brien made this offseason and also starting with this year. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like the video, comment your thoughts on the Bill O'Brien firing down below, and also subscribe to the channel, because we are still on a 1,000 subscriber grind, and I can't hit that mark without you guys' support. So click that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you won't miss a video. But that's all I've got for you today. APW Sports signing out. See you guys tomorrow with the Bears preview and my power rankings. Have a great and excellent day. Peace.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister and my brother.